everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video we're working on a community lot which I'm actually very excited about because I'm doing a lot that I haven't really ever done before. We're building a karaoke bar. Now I have included karaoke before, I think, in like community lots, say bowling alleys or just a lounge or something like that. I feel like I have included karaoke machines before, but I've never really fully focused on building a karaoke bar, and that is what we're doing today. There are other activities as well. We have a bowling alley in the basement, and then we have a little bit of a nightclub slash arcade moment on the second floor, and then the main floor is solely focused on karaoke. Of course, there's a bar there as well. And we're building in San Myshuno. As you can see, San Myshuno, or City Living I should say, is the pack that introduced karaoke as an activity and singing as a skill, I believe, as well. So yeah, I thought San Myshuno was the perfect space to build a karaoke bar. And also we're building on this lot. I think this is the fashion district. I might be wrong, but I think this is the fashion district. And I have never built on this lot before, ever in my life. I don't know why. There's a karaoke bar on this lot by default as well, but I've just never touched this lot before. I think the karaoke bar is called Planet Honey Pop. You can kind of see it. For me, it's really small, but you can see it in the top left corner there. That is the official name of the lot or the build that was here by default, but I obviously bulldozed it and started from scratch. So yes, we're working on that, and I chose chaos for this build because, as you can see, I am working with round walls. That I knew going into it that was going to be a mistake, but I went for it anyway. I wanted to try and make it look good. I thought it would be so cool to build something kind of retro inspired, but also what do you call this style that we're going for here with like the rounded walls? Art Deco, I think is what it is. I have to go and like stop and think about that for a second. I believe it's Art Deco. That's kind of what I was going for. I was going for a mix between those, sort of. I have no clue if that worked out, but I do like how the build, like the exterior, turned out for this one. It was definitely giving me struggles because I didn't only go for round walls, I also went with like rounded platforms to create some form of roof on this thing, and that was just like, oh, the game was glitching out so bad. It really did not. It was really trying to keep me from using round anything, but I could not be stopped. So I used round walls, I used round platforms, and it was a struggle, but I'm happy that I went for it and that I didn't give up, because it actually did turn out looking pretty cute from the exterior. It's pretty wild. It's a kind of a weird build, but that's what I like to do when it comes to community lots, especially fun lots like this. I like to just kind of experiment with shapes and try to make it look a little bit more interesting, way more extra, I guess you could say, than I would do for a regular residential house. Maybe I would do something like this for, let's say, like an apartment building or something like that, but then again, that would be so difficult to floor plan, and I would probably not go this crazy. But for this karaoke bar, I already chose chaos by just clicking the round walls in the catalog and just like trying and then deciding to stick with it. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just continue this chaos and see what I can come up with. And I'm happy I did that because, like I said, the shape of this, it's pretty wacky, but I really like how it came together in the end. My dream for this was to have like a rooftop terrace situation for one of the rounded areas, but that was not going to work out because I had to do fences and then the platforms and the round edges, and it was just not working out for me. So there's no rooftop terrace, unfortunately, but we do have like a nice bar on 2 different floors. Do we have a bar on the second floor? I don't think so. We have a bar in the basement by the bowling alley, and we have a bar on the main floor by the karaoke bar, or karaoke machines, I want to say. So yeah, that's what I went with. And then for the exterior, I also decided to go for some fun colors. You can't really tell yet, but the like beige brick that I'm using, I think I turned that into either pink or yellow. I built this bar a little bit ago, so I'm not exactly remembering what I did. I'm kind of just like watching back this footage with you, but I did stick with this blue tile that I'm using. I thought that was a fun little moment in the front. I was inspired by the doors. The doors are from the high school years pack, and I really liked those. I loved the color, so from the get-go I knew that I wanted to use those, so I just plonked them down and just kept them there so that I couldn't change my mind or forget that I wanted to use those. So I thought that was pretty smart, and I was just feeling inspired by the blue color, and I thought that was so pretty, so I tried to continue that sort of on the exterior as well. And another thing that was very difficult for this was the window placement on the round walls, because there's only a handful of windows that actually really work on round walls. Of course, if you are using cheats, if you're using move objects and stuff like that, you can just kind of mess around with any window, but it's not everything is going to work out. And thankfully I did find some windows that I liked in the end, but I was definitely putting off the window placement because it was just difficult. It was a struggle. I was not enjoying it. It was pretty rough. So I just worked on the exterior, like signage and fun little details to add to this lot to really make it look like a commercial city building, if that makes sense. I have a lot of signage and like little billboards, or not little, actually really big billboards. I think I have one on the roof and I have one on the side here, and I just thought that that was so cool. I really tried to blend it in with this area of San Myshuno that is pretty colorful. You can see that there's all these pink trees around in this area, and that's also something I felt very inspired by. I really wanted this build to kind of work with, or not blend in with, but like look nicely together with those like pink trees that you can see all around the area where this lot is placed. I thought that was so fun. So yeah, that's essentially what we're doing. And I was building a karaoke bar because over on stream I play the Not So Berry challenge. Here on YouTube I play the Pack Legacy challenge, and over on stream I play Not So Berry, and we're almost ready to get started with the Gray generation, which is the 4th generation, I want to say. I think I'm saying that correctly. I think it's Gen 4, the Gray Gen. If you're not familiar with Not So Berry, it's a legacy gameplay challenge where each generation is based on a specific color, and that generation also has like traits and stuff that are also gray, if that makes sense. Like, you know, those little icons for the traits, they have colors. Well, those are like, they are sorted by color through each generation, if that makes sense. So for the Gray Gen, they have gray traits, so to speak, and they also have different goals, of course, and you can take this as far as you want to. You can build the house for your sim can be all gray. The sim themselves can be all gray if you want them to be gray. And that goes for every generation, every color, of course. You can basically do whatever. That's the fun part of challenges in The Sims. You can follow the rules, or you can not follow the rules and try to make it your own. But one of the goals for the Gray generation is that they have to max the singing skill, which isn't necessarily something gray, I don't think. That's just a fun thing to do. Maybe there's an icon for singing that is gray, I'm not exactly sure. But one of the goals for the Gray Gen is that they have to max out the singing skill, and they really like singing. That is part of their personality. And for the rest, they're obsessed with sports. They want to become a bodybuilder. They have the bodybuilder aspiration, if I'm saying this correctly. And for their career, I think they are also a bodybuilder. Is that possible? I'm sorry, I don't have all the like knowledge and like stuff like at the top of my mind right now. But yeah, one thing I know is that the Gray Gen needs to max out the singing skill. So this is where the karaoke bar comes in. So I thought it would be fun to build a karaoke bar specifically for my Gray Gen sim to visit and work on their karaoke skill, and maybe they're going to be like very famous for this, like in this karaoke bar with the customers, the regulars for this karaoke bar. Maybe they're gonna be like very famous and like the karaoke star. They always win the karaoke competitions, like stuff like that. I thought that would be really fun. They could just like frequent this bar and make this their go-to karaoke bar, so to speak. We can also visit different ones, but I thought that it would be fun to have like a staple karaoke bar that we can come back to. So that's what I'm working on, and this is not necessarily also gray. I just want this community lot to be for anyone and everyone, so this is not necessarily following the gray color scheme. If anything, it's very colorful. We have some gray on the exterior, as you can see, but for the rest, it's definitely very colorful. So yeah, that is what we're working on, and I think that this turned out really, really cool. I did try to add in some green. As you can see, I have some like makeshift flower, like greenery areas where I put some trees and I planted some shrubs and some grass and stuff like that. I thought that was nice. I created a little fountain on the side. I was really having fun adding lots of details for this build, and I was just really enjoying it. I was parking some bicycles out here. I thought that was nice because we have so many cool bicycles now. They're all so colorful, and it really just adds to the detail of the build. And this is by no means a limited pack build, by the way. I'll just get that out of the way as well. It's definitely not a limited pack build. Also, speaking of packs, this would be really fun, maybe also for when the Lovestruck pack comes out. I know that Lovestruck is going to come with its own world and its own like lots and different things that you can do. But I feel like maybe when you can customize your dates and stuff like that, maybe you can like karaoke, maybe that will be one of the things that you can pick as an activity. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see when it comes out, but I feel like this would be a really fun place to go to for a date if the Sims enjoy karaoke, of course. That is, but maybe not. Maybe they just enjoy bowling and they want to go down to the basement and do some bowling. That's also a possibility. So for this lot, as you can see, we have just a main area. When you enter through the front doors, there is like a little hallway space here. We have a little closet that I very strategically placed in the back of the hallway. The closet is, of course, for hanging your coats. It's not for woohoo purposes, it's just for hanging your coat. So we have a closet by the staircase. And then we just have this main entrance area that it opens up to the main karaoke area where we have the bar and we have the main stage for karaoke performances and like the karaoke competitions, stuff like that. One kit that really came in handy for this one was the Party Essentials kit. I think that's what it's called. That's where we have the mirror ball, as you can see, and we have the confetti that I placed on the floor and just a whole bunch of cool neon signs and things that were just really very perfect for this build. And we also have 2 closed off karaoke rooms, like little studios where you can hang out with a smaller group of friends and just do your karaoke amongst your friends and not have any strangers wander in. Or if you just want to hang out with just your friends and no one else, you can get one of those little rooms and do karaoke with your friends. I thought that was cute. And then of course we also have the main stage here, like I said, for competitions and things like that. The stage is up on a little platform. I really like what I did with the step up to the platform. As you can see, I used 2 platforms and I kind of created a staircase out of that. But I did something funky with the floor tiles. As you can see, I kind of created my own checker situation with the tiles and I added in some floor lights and I thought that was really cool. That was actually a suggestion from someone in chat. I was building this a lot over on stream, as I usually do, and someone suggested I do like a cool checker pattern on the steps leading up to the stage. So that's what I did, and I think that just looked really cool, especially with the lights in it. It makes so much sense. And I was having so much fun with all the neon things and the bright colors. This floor tile that I'm using in here, I think that one is from City Living, or it's a tile from the kitchen pack, the Home Chef Hustle one that also comes with a really cool flooring, but I'm not sure if that's this one. It could be, actually. I'm not exactly remembering, but I'm loving that teal blue-ish floor. I think that's really fun. And I tried to be a little bit more creative here with lighting as well, because just the regular saucer lights that I always place everywhere to lighten up your build so you can see what you're doing, essentially. I got rid of most of those, and I really tried to be creative with party lights and the mirror ball. I repeated that in multiple areas. We have those really cool like disco ceiling lights, as you can see, that kind of move around in live mode, I believe, which is really fun as well. You have that like little disco effect. I thought that was really cute. So yeah, that's kind of what I was playing around with to create some custom lighting and use some different colors and just make it a little bit more interesting and realistic in that sense as well. A little bit more like a party building, if you will. That's basically what I was going for here. So yeah, it's pretty cramped here. I did manage to put in some tables and chairs. Of course, we have the bar, and I cluttered up the back cabinets here as well. I put a little book. I thought it was fun that we could pretend that that was like the book where you can sign up for the competition, and we have some trophies that you can win, I was imagining, in the competition as well. I thought that was nice. And for the rest, you can see that I was really trying to go for the retro vibes as well. I'm using this bar and matching bar stools from the bowling alley pack. And also the orange chairs are from the bowling alley pack as well. I thought that was just really, really cute. And then here on this side here, we have a small hallway leading you to, well, the bathrooms at the end of the hall. And then on either end, we also have these little private, almost little rooms for karaoke where you can hang out with your friends that I was talking about earlier. I tried to go for little color schemes, like different color schemes for each room. They are exactly the same when it comes to the layout, of course, but I tried to go for like different colors. And I thought that worked out really nicely, and I'm just really happy with how this came out overall. I feel like this would be such a fun lot to use in your gameplay. I haven't actually used it for my own gameplay yet because I am playing Not So Berry over on stream, like I said, but I'm not on the gray gen yet. My gray generation actually just turned into a teenager, so we can now finally start going here. I think I used this bar once because I really wanted to test it out when my gray generation heir was only a child. She actually went here to have her very first karaoke experience. She actually went here with her grandma, which is really cute. And they hung out here and did some karaoke, and they sang together, which was really, really sweet. Sadly, shortly after, her grandma actually passed away, so that was pretty traumatizing. But it wasn't like she wasn't there. They had this fun night. My gray gen, I say she because my gray gen heir is a girl. So she and her grandma were having fun here, and then I think the next day or something, grandma passed away, which was actually pretty brutal. But, you know, it's a whole thing. If you want to catch up on my Not So Berry challenge, I do have a second YouTube channel where I upload all my streams. It's called More Simmary, but it's also linked in the description box down below if you're interested in that. I do have a Not So Berry playlist where you can watch all the VODs back, but they are long because they're full streams, like they're unedited streams that I just upload to YouTube just so that I don't lose them, essentially. But if you want to watch the Not So Berry challenge, there's like, the episodes are like over 3 hours each because they're all streams. So yeah, you could watch that if you wanted to. But yeah, we also have some bathrooms here, and the theme for this build was basically disco here, disco there, disco everywhere. And that goes for the bathrooms. So of course we had to have these mirror balls in the bathrooms as well, and I had to go for these neon, like lit up mirrors and the very colorful bathroom furniture, like the sink and the toilet. I think that's the singing or the talking toilet or something like that from City Living that comes in this pink and green swatch, and it was just absolutely perfect. So I had to use that stuff in the bathrooms. I never use it, and what better build to use it in than this one? So of course I had to go for it. The bathrooms are pretty fun. Then here on the second floor, as you can see, we have a little arcade moment. I was definitely struggling with the floor plan for this a little bit because there was definitely a couple things that I wanted to add. I wanted to have these, what do you call those gaming pads? Like the 3D, almost 4D sort of like gaming cubes where you can stand and they can play like 3D blick block or like life-size blick block. I'm not exactly sure what to call those. I love using them in game. I think they were introduced with City Living as well because I think they're part of like the GeekCon festival, I think, as well. It's so fun to use in game. I use them all the time whenever I go to the GeekCon festival or stuff like that. It's really fun. So I had to include a couple of those. We also have a jukebox and a dance floor here, so you can do some dancing. I was planning on putting a full-on DJ booth, but it was not going to fit by any means. This build is not that big, so I did not have the space for a DJ booth up here, unfortunately, but we have a jukebox, and there's just some music around, so you could still dance. You could still use that dance floor. I loved the pink and lilac checkered dance floor. I thought that was so perfect. It totally fit the vibe. And then up in the arcade, we also have some more bathrooms, but I did not actually record those because that was becoming a little bit repetitive. But we are on to the basement now, and here in the basement, we have the bowling alley. And I was so confused because I thought for a fact that you were able to set, like, I thought that the bowling alley was an actual lot in the game, but it's not. I thought it was, but I guess it's not a lot type in the game, or I am just wrong. and I completely missed it and I just didn't see it at all. But yeah, you could still use this as a bowling alley. I think if you just set it as a karaoke bar or a lounge, I don't think you can use this as a lounge, actually. Let me think. Because we don't have a musical instrument in here, but you can use this as, of course, a karaoke bar. You can use it as a bar. You can use it as a nightclub. And of course, as just like a generic bar. I think that's the 4 lot types that I set this and like play tested this as. So that's what you can use. And I thought for sure that a bowling alley was a lot type, but it's not. But I think you can just still, I think Sims will still autonomously go bowling if you set it to any other community lot type. I think it's still fine. But yeah, this bowling alley is not that big. We have 3 lanes here, as you can see. There is another little bar, so you could hire an extra bartender if you wanted to. The default bartender spawns, of course, on the ground floor bar, which is the default one, so that was good. But you could hire one here if you wanted to, and just have an extra one here. But yeah, there's some chairs and tables here, and then of course the little bowling lanes or bowling alleys. I'm not sure what to call those. There is another bathroom here down here as well, which is very convenient. And I also placed the photo booth, which is a high school years item. I do believe that you can also use that as a woohoo spot, so, but of course that's not what it's for. It's for taking cute pictures with your friends when you're hanging out and going out karaokeing or bowling in this community lot. That's what it's for. But yeah, that's basically it for this lot. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the karaoke bar in real time. So here we have the karaoke bar in the game. I feel like it looks very inviting. I love how it blends in with the pink trees that you can see around. There's someone just playing some music here, which that's really cute. So around the side here, we have some bicycles parked. There are some fountains here, as you can see. And around the back here, there's just some doors and there's a cute picnic bench here as well. And there's just a lot of signs. I really tried to make this look very lively and fun. Oh, I can hear some Sims singing now, and it sounds absolutely lovely. So when we go inside, this is where we have the bar. Okay, can you stop? I'm sorry, girl. I know you're trying, but it sounds horrible. So yeah, over here we have the main bar area. As you can see, we just have a bartender here. I feel like it looks very fun. There's a lot of bright colors going on. This is where we have the stage. I love the animated disco ball. I just think that is so fun. So there is that. And then through here, of course, we have this hallway space where there's a closet. And then over here are the 2 smaller karaoke rooms. So someone's doing some singing in here. Oh, looks like he's just now done. But this would be so fun to hang out with a group of friends, I feel, to just do some karaoke together. There's one of those rooms on this side as well. Ooh, this guy is good. Timothy Minor, he actually sounds really good. Okay. Then over here we have the bathrooms, which pretty fun bathrooms, if you ask me, with the mirror balls. Did I overuse the mirror balls in this lot? Yes, potentially, but it's fun. So when we take the staircase up, this is where we have the arcade. I love how there's someone dancing here. That's really fun. I love that. There are some games over here, some arcade machines. You can just hang out here. And then we have these like 3D blick block gaming cubes. I literally have no idea what to call them, but I thought they were really fun. There's so much going on in this lot, which makes sense, but like there's so many sounds. So up here we have some more bathrooms as well, which is not that interesting, but it's there. Oh, she's gonna do the blick block. I quickly just want to see. Isn't that so cool? It's like life-size blick block. It's so confusing, but I love how it looks. I just think it's really cool. And then when we go down to the basement, there's not a lot going on here at the moment. I do not want to go to the Finchwick Fair. Thanks. But yeah, over here we have the bowling alley. So down here we have a fun photo booth. Of course, another bathroom. This is where you can swap out your shoes, of course, grab some bowling shoes, and then you can sit at the bar here or hang out back here. And then of course you can play some bowling over here. Isn't that fun? But yeah, that is basically it for this build. So this karaoke bar is up on the gallery. I used a lot of packs. It's by no means a limited pack build, unfortunately. I set it as a karaoke bar, but it is functional as a nightclub, a bar, and a generic lot, and then of course as a karaoke bar as well. And I built it on a 30 by 20 in the world of San Myshuno in the Fashion District on the Planet Honey Pop lot. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that is going to do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!